As the darkness of the night slowly enveloped the village of Qaraçay, strange sounds began to disturb the silence. The villagers locked their doors and windows tightly, trying to stay away from the eerie and mysterious events. However, one young man, Elvin, was not afraid. Elvin lived in a house near the edge of the village, close to an ancient and abandoned mansion. According to the legends, the mansion was cursed. The spirits of a family that had been murdered long ago roamed within its walls. Elvin had heard these stories many times as a child, but never believed them. One day, he decided to gather his courage and explore the mansion. At the darkest hour of the night, Elvin opened the front door of the abandoned mansion. As he stepped inside, a damp and cold air rushed over him. His heart pounded with fear, but his curiosity pushed him forward. The heavy wooden door creaked loudly as he took his first step inside. Everything inside was old and dusty. The walls were cracked and the floors were rotting. Suddenly, he heard the distant sound of a child crying. This made Elvin's heart race even faster. Despite his fear, curiosity drove him further. He suppressed his terror and moved towards the sound. He reached a large room. In the middle of the room stood an old piano and a dusty mirrored cabinet. Blood-stained fingerprints were visible on the piano keys. As he examined these marks, he felt someone's breath on his neck. Turning around, a dark shadow flickered and vanished before his eyes. Elvin was shaken but decided to press on. As he climbed the stairs, the creaking of the wooden steps echoed loudly. With each step, his heart pounded harder. At the top, he felt an eerie and chilling cold. Suddenly, a little girl appeared before him. Her eyes were hollow and lifeless, with a pale smile on her face. When Elvin tried to approach her, she vanished, and he heard the sound of a door creaking open. He moved towards where the girl had disappeared and opened the door. Inside, there was a large mirror, and he saw his reflection. But something was off. As he closely observed his reflection, he noticed it was not looking back at him, but staring in terror at something else. Turning around, he saw the little girl standing in front of the door. The girl suddenly screamed and ran towards him. Elvin, in a panic, turned and tried to flee the mansion. But when he reached the door, it slammed shut, and the entire room was plunged into darkness. Elvin's scream echoed through the mansion's walls and gradually faded away. The next day, the villagers noticed Elvin's house door was open, but there was no sign of Elvin. From that night onwards, when villagers passed by the abandoned mansion, they continued to hear strange sounds, and everyone understood that Elvin had become one of the cursed inhabitants of the mansion.